You might think NHL players choose their jersey numbers at random, but the truth for many NHL players, it's not just a number. It's a reminder of where they came from, the struggles they went through, or a nod to their family's sacrifices. When Wayne Gretzky joined the WHA at just 17 years old, he wasn't thinking about legacy. Originally, he wanted number 9 to honor his idol Gordie Howe, but that number was already taken. So instead, he doubled it. Number 99 stood out, and little did he know that number would go on to define the greatest player the world has ever seen. Today, number 99 is retired across the NHL, never to be worn again, a number that became synonymous with greatness. Mario Lemieux's number 66 wasn't just a number, it became a symbol of pure resilience. Because in 1993, Lemieux's career and life were almost derailed by a diagnosis that would stop many in their tracks. Hodgkin's lymphoma. The cancer threatened to end his career and force him off the ice indefinitely, leaving fans in the hockey world in disbelief. Lemieux was forced to step away from the game, but instead of succumbing to despair, he took on the battle with the strength and determination that mirrored the toughness he displayed throughout his career. While many wondered if he would ever return to his former greatness, Lemieux proved that his drive extended far beyond the ice. His battle with cancer was a personal one, but it also became something much larger, an inspiration to countless individuals facing their own struggles. Determined to make a lasting impact, he started his own cancer foundation to support research and those affected by the disease. His comeback wasn't just about regaining a spot on the Penguins. It was a message to the world that no matter how impossible a challenge may seem, with enough resolve and strength, it can be overcome. Bobby Orr didn't choose number 4 for any sentimental reason. It was simply the number assigned to him when he joined the Boston Bruins in 1966. At the time, jersey numbers were often handed out based on availability, and Orr, a humble rookie, had no say in the matter. But as he revolutionized the game, he also redefined what number 4 meant in hockey history. With his unmatched speed, offensive skill, and ability to control the ice, he won 8 consecutive Norris trophies as the NHL's best defenseman, and became the first blue liner to lead the league in scoring. His legendary soaring goal to win the 1970 Stanley Cup cemented his legacy and the image of number 4 in the minds of hockey fans forever. Today, number 4 isn't just a number, it's a symbol of greatness, innovation, and a player who changed the game forever. When you see number 4, you think of Bobby Orr. Jágr's number 68 was more than just a number, it was a statement. Born in Czechoslovakia, Jágr chose number 68 to honor the Soviet invasion of 1968. That number was a tribute to his family's pain, their resilience, and their unyielding strength. Number 68 wasn't just a jersey, it became a symbol of defiance, of freedom, and the spirit of a nation that would never break. Gordie Howe's number 9 became one of the most iconic numbers in NHL history, separable from his unparalleled skill, incredible longevity, and legacy as one of the greatest players to ever play the game. But how did he come to wear number 9? When Howe joined the Detroit Red Wings in 1946, he was assigned the number 9, which had been vacated by Roy Conacher after Conacher moved to the Chicago Blackhawks. Over time, number 9 became a number forever linked to Howe's greatness, representing his unmatched work ethic and influence on hockey. But some numbers don't start out legendary. They become iconic because of the player wearing them. And number 33 is a perfect example thanks to Patrick Roy. When Roy was first called up by the Canadiens in 1985, he wore number 30. But when he secured a full-time spot, he switched to number 33. At the time, it wasn't a famous number for goalies, but Roy changed that. With his aggressive butterfly style and clutch performances, he made number 33 legendary, winning 4 Stanley Cups and 3 Conn Smythe trophies. Some numbers are passed down through generations. Others, like number 33, are built by the legends who wear them. But Roy's not the only one to turn an ordinary number into something special. And Stephen Hines' choice of jersey number 57 is a perfect example of that. Inspired by a playful connection to his surname and a famous branding element of Hines, renowned for its 57 varieties of products. Hines embraced this link by selecting number 57 for his jersey, adding a touch of humor and personal flair to his identity on the ice. But the story behind some jersey numbers aren't from such an innocent place. Claude Giroux's number 28 is a tribute to his family's sacrifices. His father wore the same number when he played in the minors, but the real meaning runs deeper. Claude's grandfather, a World War II veteran, wore number 28 while he played in the war. It became a symbol of hope and endurance. Though he never made it back to the rink after the war, number 28 represented his strength. Claude's father carried that legacy, but never got to see his son play in the NHL. When Claude steps on the ice wearing number 28, he's honoring the sacrifices of his grandfather and father. Number 28 is more than just a number. It's a tribute to courage, sacrifice, and the unbreakable bonds passed down through generations. Teemu Selanne, known as the Finnish Flash, made number 8 one of the most iconic numbers in hockey. His blazing speed, electrifying skill, and natural scoring touch turned it into a symbol of excellence. But the story behind number 8 goes beyond the highlight reels. It's a tribute to a legend who came before him and the deep hockey roots in his homeland. As a young Finnish player, Selanne idolized immortalized Jari Kurri, the legendary forward who dominated the NHL alongside Wayne Gretzky. Kurri wore number 17 throughout his career, a number that became synonymous with Finnish hockey greatness. Selanne initially wanted to follow in his hero's footsteps. When he couldn't take number 17, he chose number 8, an alternative that held a special meaning in Finland, often seen as a lucky number. But what started as a tribute soon became something much greater. From his record-setting 76-goal rookie season to his Stanley Cup victory, Selanne turned number 8 into a legacy of its own. It became the number of a player who defined an era of offensive brilliance, sportsmanship, and pure love for the game. While it may have begun as a nod to Kurri, Selanne ensured that when hockey fans see number 8, they think of the Finnish Flash, one of the most beloved and electrifying players the sport has ever seen. Henrik Lundqvist, the legendary New York Rangers goaltender, wore number 30 for his entire NHL career. But it wasn't just a random choice. The number was a tribute to his idol, fellow Swedish goaltender Tommy Salo, who proudly donned number 30 during his years with the Edmonton Oilers. As a young goalie growing up in Sweden, Lundqvist watched Salo's performances closely, admiring his calm presence, technical skill, and ability to steal games. For Lundqvist, wearing number 30 wasn't about just having a number on his back. It was about carrying forward the legacy of a goaltender who paved the way for him. But as much as 30 was a tribute, Lundqvist made it his own. From the moment he arrived in New York in 2005, he dominated the crease with an electrifying mix of athleticism, precision, and unwavering composure. He quickly became the heart and soul of the Rangers, leading them to deep playoff runs, capturing a Vezina trophy, and solidifying his reputation as one of the greatest goaltenders of his era. Over 15 seasons, Lundqvist's number 30 became more than just a tribute. It became a symbol of excellence, loyalty, and sheer determination. He redefined goaltending in the modern era, setting franchise records for wins, shutouts, and playoff heroics. When the Rangers retired with number 30, it wasn't just an honor for Lundqvist. It was the final step in cementing 30 as an iconic number in hockey history. But Johnny Bower's number 1 represented who he was. He was the last line of defense, but number 1 was more than that. It stood for resilience, for never faltering no matter the challenge through injury and adversity. He wore number 1 as a badge of honor. It became his promise to give everything he had every time he stepped onto the ice. Sidney Crosby's number 87 is a connection to his identity, his destiny, and the legacy he's built. Born on August 7th, 1987, Crosby's choice of number 87 wasn't just a coincidence. It was a reflection of his birth year, a number that would become as iconic as the player himself. But by the moment he stepped on the NHL ice, it was clear that number 87 was more than just digits on a jersey. It was the mark of a generational talent. Crosby's path to greatness was evident from a young age. Dubbed the next one, he carried the weight of sky-high expectations before even playing an NHL game. But number 87 wasn't just a tribute to his birth year. It became a symbol of his meteoric rise, his relentless work ethic, and his ability to deliver in the game's biggest moments. Whether it was leading the Pittsburgh Penguins to 3 Stanley Cup championships, scoring the golden goal for Team Canada in the 2010 Olympics, or cementing himself as one of the most complete players in NHL history, Crosby ensured the number 87 would be forever linked to excellence. Now, number 87 isn't a number. It's a brand, an era, and a legacy that's still being written. It represents the evolution of hockey, the standard leadership, and the embodiment of greatness. Long after he retires, number 87 will remain synonymous with one of the best to ever play the game. Every number on a hockey jersey carries a story. Some of dominance, others of perseverance. Number 99, number 68, number 4. These digits are etched into hockey history. They're not just numbers, they're chapters in the book of the sport. What's your favorite hockey number and why? Let us know in the comments. And if you subscribe right now, before you reach 1,000, you'll forever be a part of the Ice Time origin story.
It's ice time. Hockey